Okay, he's recording.
You can get started, Chairman.
Very good, thank you. Good afternoon. This is the Region 14 Upper Rio Grande Floodplain Group General Meeting. Monday, March 16th, official time is 1:03 p.m.
It's March 16th.
It is?
Yeah. You said 15th.
Oh, no, March 16th.
Oh, I thought you said 15th.
No.
Okay.
Any public comments? Anybody?
RGV on YouTube. He's already done ads. He's run multiple times, dude.
Don't know what that was. Anybody else with a couple public comments? No, I hear nothing. We'll go to agenda item number 3, Rio Grande COG. Review and approve minutes for February 17th. Any questions, comments on those minutes? Modifications, anything? Dave?
No.
No? Can you get a motion to approve the minutes?
To approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 4, discussion request of motion approval of new officers for the Upper Rio Grande Floodplain Group, Rio Grande COG.
Yes, we have to do this on a yearly basis. We want to continue with the officers we have in place, if we can move forward with that.
I can get a motion.
I want to just comment, if anybody else is interested in being the vice chair, you're more than welcome to step forward and do that. I'll still plan on attending meetings as representative of the public, but if anybody else is interested in doing that, just let us know. Okay.
Any
Same
interest?
thing with secretary or any of the positions we can always consider. Any takers?
Well, I don't think any of us can make a motion to accept, so somebody other than Javier, me, or Gisela has to make a motion. And
I'll make a
second,
motion.
I second, Carlos.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 5, Texas Water Development Board updates. Mr. Nick Collins.
Chairman, I don't know, this might take a little longer than anticipated regarding TWDB updates, in regards to Isela's time and what we need to pass. Can we, Travis, is it okay if we jump forward to what we need to pass in regards to the ranking list so that Isela is able to leave at 1:30?
You're on mute, Travis.
Yes, I'm prepared to go to that section at this time.
Thank you.
You okay with getting bypassed temporarily, Nick?
More than welcome. I'm all for that.
Okay, good.
Do we have to make a motion on the order of the agenda or not necessary?
No, I don't think so, Gisela. We'll just go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Travis. Thank you.
We are going to skip to updates on task 5B, recommend a list of flood management evaluations to be performed by TWDB, and discuss and take action on task 5B, recommend a list of flood management evaluations to be performed by TWDB, adopt a list of FMEs. So these slides are mostly for background. The goal of this task is to prioritize FMEs for small and rural communities that lack resources and staff. RFPGs are providing a list in order of timing, which is the order that the TWDB will issue these task orders to the contractors and then for them to complete. The first 2 FMEs are aimed to be completed before, I think it's in 9 months. Or 3 months, something like that. Before, in a time frame that would allow them to be incorporated into the regional flood plan. They're focusing work on those two and then proceeding on the next three. So we have May 26 is the task order executed with TWDB consultants. September 26 is the midpoint. February 29th, 2027 is the draft FME report and proposed FMEs to RFPGs, which is when we'll get them back from the consultants. Let's see here. This is just saying that, they're focusing on the first two. They must align with the study scope and are proportionate to the study size. And if TWDB determines an FME cannot be completed during this cycle, FME will be skipped and we'll move on to the next FME on the list. So this is the draft rank list that I'm presenting for you guys to discuss and approve. So the first two are develop a county-wide drainage study and stormwater master plan for Hudspeth County and develop EAPs for the Hudspeth County dams. According to the ranking criteria adopted in the previous cycle, these are the first two. If either of these are determined by TWDB not to be able to be completed in this cycle, they'll move on to the next one, which is develop dam improvements at Comanche Creek Reservoir at Fort Stockton. And then the fourth one is develop supplemental watershed plans for flood control dams protecting Ozona. It should be noted that this developed supplemental watershed plan for flood control dams protecting Ozona has a significant cost to it. In the previous cycle, or in the previous presentations, we've estimated that this one will cost about $2 million to define upgrades for the let's see, Johnson's Draw SCS Site 7 dam, because it's going to assess and evaluate rehabilitation improvements. So at this point, those first four are reasonably feasible to be completed within the time frame. So if any of these needs to be skipped or moved on to the next one, it would be this fourth one there that would be, potentially longer duration. That being said, with those first ones completed, outside of that initial time requirement, this was the one that did score very highly to say hey, we want to focus on this one. So these are the top 5, and these are the next 5. So that would be Ozona low water crossings, develop supplemental watershed plans for flood control dams protecting Sonora, and then Dry Devils low water crossing analysis, Lowry Draw low water crossing analysis, and then Sonora Highway 277 crossing analysis. So this would be a list of 10 FMEs in order. I do want to... Luis has a comment there?
Yes, I would like to add, Travis, that all these scores is based on the criteria that we discussed on the previous 2 meetings that we presented to the board. So this is how the scoring numbers that you see on the right side were developed, was following the criteria that we discussed, and we all agree that we will move forward.
Yeah.
I have a
Travis?
question, Travis.
Yes.
So, I believe the fourth one may take longer than the 1 year. So if it may take long, they want us to have everything ready or completed in a year. If the fourth one is going to take longer, or the fifth one, I don't remember which one you said. What's the purpose of putting it in here if we're not going to be able to meet that 1 year deadline?
So the contract, for what we know of the contract that TWDB has said, is the FMEs for small communities is going to be a 5-year contract with $3.9 million total for the region. It's the first 2 that have to be completed in that short time frame. And so once you get those first 2 done, they have that remainder of those 4 years and however much budget is remaining to complete as far as they can into the rest of them. At this point, it would be, let me see here. It would be, the funding would run out in this one right here, the develop supplemental watershed plans for flood control dams protecting Sonora. So it'd run out roughly in that funding. So there would be funding for the top 6 of them. All of the ones on the first page and the top one on this page.
Okay.
And this
And
one
then
would,
yeah, go ahead.
there would be, I think it's about 100 and let me see, no, there'd be about $230,000 short of this $1.6 million project to complete this one here. There is a potential for looking at other options for that funding, but it wouldn't fully fund all of these.
And then the next question is, are these gonna be funded 100%? Or does the community need to match a certain percentage?
These would be funded 100% up through the budget. This one right here, if this one, like if they get through here, I don't know how TWD would handle that missing 200,000. There might be an opportunity for some match or some other grant. If that doesn't happen, if they just say, okay, we're going to stop there, that budget would remain for the next 5-year cycle of this. So it would carry over, or they might move on to the Dry Devils, the water crossing, to make more full use of that budget in that cycle.
Okay, thank you.
That, yeah.
Travis, do we have community affirmation forms for both the first two?
We do not at this time. We have been in contact with Aaron, who has sent out communications, and we're looking to set up meetings. We've asked them if they're available to show up to this meeting, and then we're going to, like, once it's adopted, formally send out those affirmation forms.
Do we need to have those before we prioritize these or before we approve?
We will create them after you guys adopt them. Because if you
Okay,
guys want to
so-
make any changes to the list, if you want to say like, hey, we want to cut out the, 2 large dam project ones, that's fine. If you guys want to, remove something from the list, that's up for the RFPG to decide.
So just to clarify again, these are established in the order they are based on the priorities that we approved, right?
That is correct.
Do you need a motion to proceed?
I think that's number 9, isn't it?
Is that part of number 9? AECom, is that the next?
Yes, that would be the next agenda item. If you guys don't have any questions, you can move on to discussion in that.
Okay, so no actions required on 8?
No.
Okay,
So if I could get a motion on the list.
well, just to proceed to 9.
Yeah, well, agenda item number 9. Do you want to do that one?
Well, he said there's no motion required on 8, so
Yeah.
let's just go to 9.
Yeah, number 9, it's right there. Discuss and take action on task 5B, recommend a list of flood management evaluations to be performed by TWDB, adopt a list of FMEs. I do know that Hudspeth County is on the call. I don't believe the rest of the counties that we reached out to that did accept to be on the meeting are on the call. But yes, thank you, Hudspeth County, for being on the call.
So,
Pecos County
Joe
is here.
Schuster.
Pecos County is here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, go right ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm number 3 on the list, so
Awesome. Thank you so much for attending. I greatly appreciate it. Do you have any comments? Do you have anything to add?
no, I'm just wondering if you're going to start with the first 2, then I assume we would be the next one on the list to start after that.
Correct.
Okay, and what time frame are we talking about for that?
What do you think, Travis?
estimate?
Let me go back and see if it's in my notes here. So given that the proposed timeline starts in May 2026 and the first due or the first start ended in April 2027, I would expect work on those to start in May or April of 2027, potentially before if they complete the others ahead of schedule.
Do you expect that there'll be funding allocated to those?
Yes,
Like
we
there
do.
has first, okay.
So I can get a little bit of that breakdown here. So the first study is estimated to cost 60,000. The second study is estimated to cost 250,000, with the third study at 75,000. So those first three would be a total of 385,000 of the 3.9 million.
Talking about the top six, I think. They,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. He said
Yeah.
it could include all six. Yeah. Okay. Does that answer your question from Stockton?
Somewhat, what I'm trying to get to is that I'm going to retire at the end of this year, so I'm not going to be here. So I need to be able to have some sort of a answer as to when ours could start working, so that I can pass that on to the next county judge that comes in.
Yeah, we'd expect to see May or April 2026. Sorry, April or May
2027.
2026.
Of this year,
2027, yes. No, sorry,
2027.
2027. I misspoke.
Okay, next year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I don't know, is Hibbs and Todd Improtech on the line here? Apparently not. That's who represents us. They were supposed to be on this call also.
Represents you in what?
Our
You're-
engineering.
Okay. So under this task, the consultant selected by TWDB would be performing this work, but they would be, reaching out to discuss any models or any information or anything that would there, and they would be presenting potential projects at the end of that. So
Okay.
anything that needs to, or that they would recommend for construction or any changes or further study would be presented at the end of that.
All right.
so if I could get a motion on the list of FMEs that's presented.
I'll make a motion to
approve. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
I'll second it.
Who was the first?
This is Gilbert Saldana.
Oh. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 10. Discuss and take action.
I believe we would go back to the first agenda items. That was the ones that we needed to get through. So it'd be back to, I believe, Nick's updates.
So
That is correct,
Okay.
but if we can, before we lose Isela, just to discuss public comment.